I just cracked the code and I have your Law of Attraction guide for 2024. This is the updated source code. So let's get this straight real quick. Vibration is your emotion, your emotional state, and what you're vibrating as is what you're going to see into your reality. This is the Law of Attraction. Now, the Law of Attraction is always on. It's not about learning how to use it. It's always on. It's understanding it. And through that is reaching the place of self-mastery. So self-mastery means in control of your vibration. You're able to respond in any way which you prefer, no matter what is happening in your physical reality and what you're viewing. So remember, this is the key to this, is the Law of Attraction. It's working. It's not that it's not working for you. It's working. It may feel like it's working against you when you're adding resistant vibration. Vibration that is not in alignment with the vision you're holding that you want to attract into your reality. And it's not attracting, it's becoming visible. Manifestation means becoming visible. So whenever you incorporate anything that's in oppose or opposition to the vibration of the vision of you having the stuff that you want, where it's actually manifested, it's working. That means the Law of Attraction is working. It's not that it's working against you. It means that it is working and doing exactly what it's meant to do, and also manifest that vibration of lack, which you're putting in to the program, to the source code, to the projection. That's what you're seeing in your physical reality. So now that we have the idea of this, let's break this down on why this works like this. And because it is 2024 and AI is something pretty new, I mean, not really that new now. It's been out for a little bit now, right? It just keeps evolving and improving, just like we do, and consciously expanding. And part of my conscious expansion is I'm Vency. I'm your divine feminine empowerment and spiritual awakening coach. Let's get it. Why I bring up AI and source code, right? It's universal intelligence is what we're in. This is the universe experiencing itself. Source, we are a part of. We are the individual fragments of source having individual human experiences. And it goes from source, breaking down to other density beings, to more dense, higher selves, souls. And we just keep splitting and fragmenting, from all the sparks and all that is, to eventually becoming the individual human that you are right now. Right? Having this individual experience. So, what this means is, when we take AI into consideration, what do we do with AI? Oh, and by the way, I just thought of this. I was inspired by a Bashar video, Bashar channeling video, which I'll share the information from that, which goes with a lot of the Law of Attraction stuff I've been speaking about. But why am I bringing up AI and source? Right? This could be a simulation, right? It's a conscious projection, though. It's a conscious projection. So, in a sense, kinda physical reality. But here's the real thing. What I realized is, because I do work with AI, I do work with sometimes I create arts out of it with the prompts. I'm very good at just imagining things in my head and putting it into the prompt. And this goes with something. And it always creates something way better than I could possibly imagine. Okay? So AI, when you're adding a prompt, imagine this. Imagine you fill, let's say your body and your emotional state is the prompt. And you're putting in love, joy, happiness, abundance, financial abundance. Well, if you hit enter and submit that for the AI to create it, or for source, higher self, whatever you want to have an alignment for you, either way, at the end of the day, you're still source. Part of all that is. So when you hit that submit button, guess what comes out? Exactly all the things you put in your prompt. So what happens now when you start adding depression, sadness, loneliness? Oh, this person keeps hurting me. Or all men suck. All women suck. Have you dated all 4 billion men and 4 billion women on the planet? I don't know if there's 8 billion people totally or not. However, think about that. You're incorporating a prompt into your reality, because as soon as you hit submit, that's what's manifested in your reality. Whatever you're vibrating as, that's your prompt. So let's make this clear. AI prompt. I have not heard this anywhere else. So I'm pretty sure I'm the first one to kind of come up with it. So I'm taking ownership of that. However, it's all of us. We're all from the same being. So I'm here to share that uniqueness in the way of this perspective of understanding the law of attraction. So you take our AI prompt here, right? Fill it with all these vibrational feelings and emotions, whatever you want to put in your goodie bag basket, right? In your little basket that you believe, your beliefs, your wants, desires. And guess what? Wants means you don't have it, right? That's why you try to manifest. That's why you learn how the law of attraction works, is you want to manifest. Trying to manifest and sitting there, can I get a hot tub? It means you don't have a hot tub. It means you're actually, as you're trying to manifest, you're also putting in lack. You don't have the hot tub. You don't have it. It's in your prompt. like this is the most simplest way to explain it. Quick breakdown one more time. Prompt, anything that you feel or believe is in your reality is being projected into the image. Like the AI is literally creating your reality. Source, yourself, your conscious projection is what's visible in reality. Whatever's in this prompt is what's in your reality visibly, in your physical reality. Okay? So I kind of cracked the source code here. So, and just like all good law of attraction videos, Abraham Hicks, even Bashar channelings, they all mention it. It's not about trying to manifest this thing, because having the thing has a completely different vibration than lacking or trying to manifest it. Right? So here's how we incorporate this, because a lot of us, and I have struggled in the past and up until now that I've had this even bigger realization, now it's making more sense. And I know I teach this stuff. I'm still human, having this human experience. Like, I still have things in my prompt that, get in my way. And it's always me getting in my own way. Abraham Hicks says it all the time. Get out of your own way. So take those things of resistant thoughts of bad people you keep dating, life sucks, all these things, right? So here's the thing that help us with the solution is, and I've mentioned this before, meditation is so good to become familiar with the vibration of having those things. That's why it's so good to envision. When you create the familiarity of those feelings and vibrations of what it's like to have a Ferrari, right? Because you picture your point B version, the best version of you, and then you start feeling those feelings like it's here now. Well, if they're here now, it's neutral and normal for you to have a Ferrari, right? Because it's having, doing, and being, right? Having means I want this thing. Like, I want to have it. That's a vibration. Having, the vibration of having. I want this in my reality, so I'm going to try to manifest it. Lack. That's all lack right there. So not only are you trying to manifest that the law of attraction, like I said, it's working perfectly as it should, and it's exactly incorporating that vibration of, hey, you don't have it. You actually don't have it. That's why you're trying to manifest it. So we need to step out of the delusion of trying to manifest. It doesn't work that way. Okay? So once you envision it, right, and you have a Ferrari, like, yeah, you might be excited. It's kind of like, or let me go back to doing. Doing is like, now you're doing things to start taking aligned action to getting that version of you, right? So once you envision it, you can embody all those feelings and start taking aligned action, start the doing process. Just like if you want to order a pizza, well, you got to order the pizza. You got to pick up the phone, place the order. Great, it's on its way to you. There's more steps to that, though. It's not just place the order and you get the pizza. It's like, once the pizza comes to your door, if you haven't paid for it, you got to get cash or whatever, pay for it by the door, right? Then you still got to take action and eat the pizza. Like, you still have to keep doing things, taking aligned action. Except now that you've ordered the pizza, you know it's on your way to you. It's a lot less stressful. You're not even thinking about, oh, I need to order a pizza. What am I going to eat today? It's like, you already did that. That's out of your prompt, out of your basket. And then having the pizza, like the next day, it's in the fridge now, right? Whatever you didn't eat, whatever you left over, totally different state of being, right? It's already in your fridge. You already have food. You're not even worried about thinking, what am I going to eat later? Because you have leftovers. Like you're not even concerned about what's for dinner or for lunch or for breakfast, breakfast pizza. Like, so having, doing, and being the vibration of like, I already have it. It's already in the fridge. It's already a day old. Like, it's not even like I'm even worried about ordering a pizza unless you want another one, right? There's always going to be more. And eventually you are going to want another pizza. Here's another example. And I've said this one before. If you want a Ferrari, just got the Ferrari, have the Ferrari for 10 years, like all different vibrations of being, right? Because when you're wanting the Ferrari, you're figuring out, how can I get rich? How can I do all this and get by the Ferrari? And then just got the Ferrari, it's like, oh yeah, it's an excited feeling. So when you're envisioning like you're just now getting this Ferrari or now you have it, you're still kind of really excited about it, and it's not exactly like a natural position. It's not a neutral position for it. That's why it's always the manifestation past the manifestation is way more powerful. That's the real quantum leap. And the Bashar video I just watched actually just had this exact same explanation. And it goes a little bit further, so I'm inspired by it. So I will share the details. So it's always the quantum leap after, because now you've had the Ferrari for 10 years. There might be Starbucks cups all over it. Well, you probably have like a maid or someone to detail your car. I don't know, right? Point is, it's just natural. Like, you're not even worried about the Ferrari. You're not even concerned about it. You don't want it. You have it. It's the vibration of being someone who just has the Ferrari. It's a natural thing. You're also probably by then someone who can just go buy another one if you want, right? So meditation is so good, and I'm going to get into the Bashar channeling inspiration and the details he shares, is envision that vision, right? And then take it a step further, imagine it to as good as it can be, and then as soon as you get there and you have those feelings, just wipe it clean. Let it all go. Because Bashar mentions, it's true, it will always turn out better than you can imagine. Let go of the how it's supposed to happen. That's what you're here for, is the process, to enjoy the manifesting, the excitements, the little diamonds you find on your path. You're always on a journey. Like, you look at tarot, like it's the Fool traveling to the world card. And that's why tarot is so good, is because it's a reflection of possible outcomes based on where your current vibration is at. That's why tarot is such a relatable thing, because it works with your vibration, and you pick up what's relevant for you through it. That's why you're able to relate. That's why even all great tarot card readers say, only take what's relevant for you and what you feel in alignment. Do this reading. Only take what resonates. So what this means is, coincidentally, sometimes, this is what Bashar mentions, your manifestation will look exactly the way you imagined it happening and being. Coincidentally. About most of the time, though, and most of the time, not but, is your manifestation will always be about 10 times better than what you can imagine. Because guess what? It's the same thing like an AI. You put in the prompt, and believe me, it's about 10 times better than what you can imagine. I mean, maybe not. I mean, there were, and I like to make like holographic butterflies and stuff, and then I put them through Photoshop and I add extra detail, make them more vibrant, the colors, cut them out, whatever, make objects out of them, assets, digital assets. So that's how I start to do like digital design with a lot of AI stuff. However, because it's like you have AI that can create something, and then you have the artist's touch. It's like when you have the artist who creates the prompts with a vision, and then they use AI as the helper to, create a different vision, even something better, usually. Because a lot of times when I imagine like rainbows and butterflies and stuff with like specific outlines in the way I want them, AI will actually give me something new that I didn't really imagine, yet it's put my perspective into it. And it's like, man, that's really cool. So it's like, I'll even spend, like, I'll make like 400 variants of something until I'm like, and I start saving bits and pieces, and I'll have like maybe 40 of them, and then 2 or 3 of those I'll end up using. So it is a process. like, like you can just, get the first thing and the first image that comes out. However, it's like, if you really want to go down the rabbit hole and create something magnificent, you just keep going. You keep allowing. You keep allowing it to create something that is much greater, and eventually it does. It ends up becoming something like, oh crap, I couldn't even have imagined this. And you keep working with the AI to keep creating a prompt. So it's like this working together. My point is, man, I'm getting like on a personal thing. I can't be doing late night videos. My best times when I make videos are like as soon as I wake up. I feel. Maybe you feel different about it. Either way though, um, yeah, I'm so freaking tired. I've not been like sleeping well lately, and I don't know. Yeah, had a lot of like conscious awakenings. Like it's the spiritual awakening within the spiritual awakening, and it's like I feel pretty burned out, like just tired. So that's what's so good about the AI though, is it's going to create something better than what you can imagine. That's my point. So you just give it to the universe, give it to the universal intelligence, give it to source, hand it over to the universe. Think about what you want, envision it, get the feelings of it, and walk with those feelings on your path. Like, let go of the resistance, the resistant thoughts, the things you have in your prompt that you don't need because they're not serving you. And if they're in your prompt, it's because you believe they are still serving you for a reason. Like, a lot of the times, and this is another inspiration from Bashar. This is another video I want to make, and I will. I'm just gonna kind of break it down real quick. Is anything that's a habit that you have like a problem in your life or anything? It's like, and even I've realized this once you get to this level of consciousness is if you have a problem like a wound or an area of yourself that you haven't healed, it's really just adding awareness to it. It's like we think we need to go on this grandiose healing journey. Yet, as soon as you add awareness to the thing, actually, let me get my phone. All right, I'm just going to make it easy on myself with my notes that I took. And I'm just going to throw this in here. Okay. All you have to do is add awareness to the habit, to the thing that you're suffering from. And it's gone. Once you can add awareness and realize like where's it stemming from, what's the wound, whatever, you may question and be like, well, it's still there. I'm still doing these habits. Well, that's because you're choosing it to be there. You're choosing that habit to be there. Like you're deliberately choosing, like you're aware of your own habit. Like that's what becoming aware of it is. It's like when it's natural and you're not aware that you're doing this and it's like ruining your life. It's like once you become aware to the habit, you release it. And if it keeps happening, it's because you're now choosing to. That's how much power you have. Like you literally have deliberate choices to do the thing or not. That's why they call it parallel reality shifting. It's like, who are you now in this moment? Are you still the one that's going to take the right side of the road or the left side, which is your normal habit? Or are you now having this awareness? It's like, all right, well, let's keep going this way to the unknown, the scary part, right? And a lot of times our habits are familiar and comfortable. So it's like, we want to stick to what's safe, and our ego right here, it's like, all right, little buddy, time to have an ego death, and we're going to reinvent and grow and expand, right? So that's why a lot of times we think, and I've been through this, and I've come to this realization, and I still am human, and I experience some struggle sometimes, right? Except I'm really good at adding awareness now. So I choose which path do I want, and what actions am I going to take? Like, I committed to making videos for a year, and just every single day a video, no matter what. And so many times I wanted to take this path and just be like, I can just give up. I why? Like I don't need to do all this work and whatnot. I can just, take it easier. Like now that I've kind of figured out more stuff, and then I'm like, wait a minute. I just keep expanding and evolving the more I do this. So maybe it's worth it to stay with my commitment. Let's just fuck around and find out. And I've been doing that, and thus far, it's turned out better than I could have imagined. Like I had an idea of it, yet just like who I've become part of the process, dude, I couldn't pay anyone for this because I had to actually do it myself. I had to take aligned action, deliberate choices. Like, I could just not be making a video right now. This is like one video that probably helps you out. Yet I'm choosing to still make the video. So anyway, because you're choosing for that habit to still be there, you're taking action on that road. So you believe you still have this habit by intentionally choosing to keep doing it, which now is no longer the product of habitual behavior. It's now the product of choice. That you believe it's a beneficial thing to do. That you believe doing this habit is going to benefit you. It might, if it's a comfortable thing. If it feels safe, if it feels familiar. So stop giving your power away and believing you're still this version you're deliberately choosing. Your old past version of ego versus the new version of you. So stop giving your power away to the old version, old ego. So once you discover the habit, you think that there has to be some special process you have to go through to heal it. So this one cracks me up, and I think is so powerful and empowering that Bashar mentions is once you discover the habit, that's the end of the process. Once you discover your habit, the thing that's stopping you and blocking you, that's it. There's no some grandiose healing process. There's no wild journey you need to do. That's it. Now, if you still believe you have the habit, it's because you're choosing to keep doing it. I thought that was genius. That's called self-mastery, right? Like you have something bad happen in your reality, and you're focusing on bettering yourself, and you're manifesting the reality that you want. Yet now you know these things, like law of attraction works like an AI prompt, and it's just gonna bring what's in your prompt into your reality. Well, something happens in your life, and now it's like all of a sudden now you're depressed again. Now you're letting physical reality dictate your emotions and what's in your prompt. You're giving your power away. That's what giving your power means. Like, you reach the place of unconditional happiness and unconditional love, and then it doesn't matter what happens because you know everything's going to benefit you anyway. So you may be sad for a moment or two. You can quickly knock it out once you have awareness. It's like, that I did feel this way. Now I'm going to choose to be grateful for it. The contrast, everything is contrast, and it's showing you exactly what you want. So what do you want in your prompt? like you're deliberately choosing to keep being depressed and keeping it in your prompt. So once you add awareness to it, and a lot of times, like, why we have to go in this like inner work and like look at like what areas in our life, like, did we suffer or have parent patterns, or where did we get hurt and wounded? It's because we never dealt with that trauma. We never actually looked at it as a thank you. We never did ho'oponopono on it and said, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you to it. You didn't say, I'm sorry for what was active in my prompt vibration that I attracted you, narcissistic, toxic person, and my relationship to show me my wounds of worthiness because I was people pleasing you. This actually did happen. Right? I'm sorry this was in my vibration, that I had a worthiness wound. It was in my prompt. So I attracted you. I manifested you into my reality. I'm sorry. That was my fault. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me for this. Let's change the story. This was for our growth, and it's forgive me going back and forth because we're all just individual fragments of source. Like, we're all each other. So forgive me goes both ways. I'm sorry goes both ways. The whole thing goes both ways. So please forgive me. Give it a new meaning. Change the story. Heal the wound. Add the awareness. Now I'm grateful for this experience because I realized I was a people pleaser. I realized I had a worthiness wound. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. Gratitude. Thank you for this experience. Thank you so much, because now I had this realization. Now I'm growing. Now I know what I prefer in my reality. Now I know what I want in my prompt. I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I love you goes both ways. I love you for all this whole experience, this contrasting event, because again, I've now forgiven it. I've given it a new meaning. I've changed it to benefit me and my moment so I can take the pain out of it. So once you add awareness to this, and that's what I mean, it's like if you don't use Ho'oponopono to heal past pain and show gratitude for it, because it's all just contrast and it allows you to expand and grow. Do you get what I'm putting down? Like, it's all part of the prompt, baby. And once you do that and heal that place and add awareness to it, you can just let it go. It's no longer hurting because now you know you're safe with yourself. Now you know you're not a people pleaser. Now you know how to set boundaries, because a lot of times narcissistic people in your life are meant to show you a lesson of how to learn how to set healthy boundaries. I keep looking over there like I'm talking to someone else. I actually want to get a second camera so I can do like, you know, what is it called? Double takes? No, it's like different angles. Oh yeah, you know. Anyway, so a lot of times is just add awareness to these areas, and as long as you can lead with gratitude and unconditional love, and you're not holding resentment towards the other person, that's when you've healed. When you can look back at a painful thing in your life, and the reason why all men or women suck because of all these people that have done this to you, if you can show it gratitude, it's like, I've evolved through it. Like, imagine if you never went through kindergarten or first grade or second grade or third grade, like, or any of the school at all. Like, yeah, it was kind of probably boring. There was probably a lot of fun times. I mean, there was contrast, right? But imagine if it wasn't that. Like, you know? Imagine if you didn't learn the ABCs. So, that's my point. Sometimes not everything's pleasant. Yet now maybe you're an author. Maybe you're writing novels and books. Imagine that book they made you read over the summer. Like, you got so enticed and enthralled that now you're an inspiring artist or author, you know? Like, I never read any summer books, just to let you know. Somehow I've always gotten away with not doing that. Either way, let me know how this assisted you. Add awareness to things and you can just let it go. If you keep doing it, it's because you're choosing to believe in it. So again, once you realize like all men and women don't suck, because you're in the delusion of you haven't dated all men and women, you don't know. like how are people falling into their own trap and disempowering themselves? Like, that's actually a huge realization, is like, how are people going in a delusional state like, oh yeah, all men and women suck now because I've dated them all. Believe me and you have not been on a date. I mean, maybe we have. Pretty low chance though, right? So that's my point. It's like, break free from that belief of that thing that's in your prompt that all men and women suck, because that's what you're attracting is toxic partners. If that makes sense to you. Take it out of your prompt, baby. Again, let me know how this helped you. Like and subscribe. Follow for more. That's what like and subscribe means. I'm so freaking tired. Have a wonderful, magnificent, transformative, alchemizing day. Beautiful cosmic soul. Love and light vibration out. Bye.